Welcome back everybody, Billy P Gaming. Today we are going to finish the Outer Worlds, the Jane McBoob Saga.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Anything useful?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Promise not going to leave without me?
I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain, unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Okay.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
Look, we got landing violations.
I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? That's a fine of 200 bits. You're up to 5,708, not including the cost of your execution and the disposal of your remains, which will be assessed posthumously.
You whole head. Don't you know who I am? Transmit your biometric ID so I know who to fire.
Huh? Oh, yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. I just couldn't see you clearly before. Screen's on the fritz. Damn thing. But for the record, now that I hear you, I totally recognize you. Totally. You're, you, of course. Obviously. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock.
Wait a minute.
Wait, is that from the groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge.
Hey.
How can I be of assistance?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Not all what I expected.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's our turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe.
Somebody clean up this mess.
Push on, Parvati.
Open fire!
Look at these people.
Open fire! What's that noise?
Yeah, this ain't my fight. I'm not getting into this. Excuse me.
Stay down.
Hey! Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Are you talking my own shift?
Oh, no. Don't tell anyone, please.
If I get one mistake, don't do it again.
Thank you.
It's a weird looking prison. It was like the volcano area from Conan Path of Exile. Conan Exile, what was it called?
Someone like that guarding the gates.
Area sanitization assessment. The labyrinth on Tartarus. Task classification. Easy peasy.
So I brought Sam with me because it increases my intimidation above 100, just so you know I have robophobia. Parvati's for me just because she's nice.
Would you like Sam to tidy up this area? Waiting for confirmation command. Confirmation command not received.
I just wonder which would be like the fastest route so I don't get caught. Might as well just go straight. So I don't know what's up with those people attacking at the beginning. I wonder if it was me being nice to everybody. Looks like I'm gonna make it just in time. The game stopped lagging. Oh crap. Just need to get on the elevator without my thing depleting, and we should be good to go. Doesn't really seem much like a prison. Unless all those are cells. Nah, they're probably not cells.
Area filth level assessment. Disgusting!
Hopefully this is a little shortcut. Oh. Sam, why don't you stand over there, please?
Got it.
That's the only downside of Sam, you know, it he messes me up a good bit.
Heading out.
Okay. Leave force. If I can use this gas, I can knock everybody out. That'd be good. And she doesn't have it. More storage, it seems.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
Wait, what?
What was that?
What's happening? Wait, I kinda live. Are they here because I helped them during the main storyline? That's cool, but I'll try and do this silently. Dang. My god, they're just dropping everybody. You gotta keep your head down. Sure, I was gonna do this all silently so I wouldn't ruin my reputation further. Ooh, it has the in-ray damage on it. Hey, talk to me, please.
Are you new here?
That's your security.
Oh, that.
Thank you for your service. Okay, let's go, come on. Like, as much as I would love to kill all these people, I just don't wanna. I wanna try to get a really good ending. That's why I've been helping everybody. Excuse me. Mind your head. Hello.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folks
Nah.
have.
I
I'm
recommend
exactly
you
where I want to be.
watch it, Mr. Rockwell.
I had heard you were dragging around a repurposed janitorial mechanical. My staff jokes that it's because you're a walking pile of refuse.
Interactive database updated. The unique organic substance labeled Chairman has been classified as filth, imminent for incineration.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Got my way, Rockwell.
I'm not in your way, you dullard. You talk to me. You want to go die in a blaze of glory? Be my guest. Besides, I don't know what you think you're doing here, but Sophia's doing good work up there with Phineas. Your efforts will be in vain.
He would rather die than cooperate.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
And that crackpot is trying to save frozen colonists you gave up on.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
We're helping.
I only
Or
think
you
about
can
effing
say-
up your society, dude.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way. You prefer to keep riding this downward spiral? I can fix this place. If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes, I would. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain, but Halcyon's pretty much a lost cause.
With your resources, some of the folks on Hope, we can do a lot. Actually, I'm gonna get your administrative cooperation one way or another.
You are a captain of action. I'll give you that. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Only if you apologize for Parvati first. Well, you're damn right. Alright, so I'm coming for you next. This thing on? Hello. Billy P Gaming here. Well, I heard cussing, so it ain't really my problem. Trying to be peaceful. They're still fine.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but
Sanjay, what are you doing?
Captain needs our help. So get in there and fight.
Why are these corporate guards being killed so easily? Like, it's embarrassing. Oh, thank y'all. I like we're fighting.
Difficult job ahead? Consider equipping a pack of Sam's Special Solvent Stain Out Remover. It's ruthless on residual blood splatter.
Captain, you
Hello.
have an uncanny talent for complicating
Hey,
my
Venus.
life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Wow, when you put it that way, I sound pretty awesome.
Typical. Running your mouth in the middle of a crisis. It's almost as if you delight in chaos. My report said you were simple-minded. I simply never imagined you'd be stupid enough to throw the entire system into chaos.
That'll be my next
I should have dealt
playthrough.
with you a long time ago. You were always too dangerous to leave unchecked.
Ah, stop, you make me blush.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised by your impertinence. Leaving you alive was my greatest mistake, but it is a mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
I don't enjoy the thought of killing you, though. This has been a fun today. Don't test me. It's bad for your health.
I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
I mean, I haven't really killed that many people, just marauders and stuff. But let's talk about this.
Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parley with me.
Funny you should say that, because the chairman was just telling me this is all your fault.
Rockwell said that. Chairman Rockwell? That's absurd. You're lying. This is another one of your tricks. I've been the chairman's most reliable associate.
I recruited him to my side. He's done working with you.
Chairman Rockwell took your side over mine? That miserable turncoat. I can't believe he'd abandoned his duties at the first sign of trouble. I have given the chairman nothing less than a lifetime of loyal, honorable service. And this is how he repays me. By leaving me twisting in the wind.
Is he wrong, though? Everyone's supposed to spoil. No. Is he wrong, though? I mean, it is collapsing.
I am partly to blame. I miscalculated the extent of the damage you'd cause. I tried to recruit you when I should have had you killed. I haven't given up on the program yet. You've caused some complications, but I can improvise. I can fix this. I haven't lost control of the labyrinth yet. Our security system is still operational. I can still put a stop to you.
I destroyed your experiments in the Ministry. Your plans are not going to work.
Yes, I'm quite aware of your brazen act of corporate vandalism. By the way, those test subjects you killed, they died in agony. My scientists assure me they can recover the data you've destroyed. You've succeeded in temporarily delaying our research. Nothing more.
The experiment was badly engineered. Any data you collected is wrong.
That isn't true. It can't be. You're trying to manipulate me. That experiment was absolutely essential to the program. My scientists assured me they were close to a breakthrough. They gave me their word.
You take the word of a bunch of corporate lab coats, and people say I'm slow.
I don't know what pains me more. Realizing that I've been lied to, or hearing the truth from an idiot like you. We're going to have to start all over again. All that research, all those experiments, you've set us back decades. I don't see any reason to continue arguing with you. I know when I'm beaten. The only thing left to do is surrender with dignity. Congratulations, Captain. You've outplayed me. I accept your terms and will return Dr. Wells to your care.
Not the Honorable Adversary Act and F off already.
The fate of the colony is in your hands now. I bid you farewell, Captain.
Bye. Oh, they're just right over there. I don't trust this. Oh. Okay. So she just dipped. Hey Vinny, you alright? Level 30. Cool.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You must have said something to get under Akande's skin. She's gone, and I don't think she's coming back. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
You came to the board and stand a chance.
Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Great, and I was just to pop open some drinks and celebrate.
I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Hang on now, I gotta ask you something.
Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can.
What do you think happened?
I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong.
It's almost as if nukes went off on the Earth and a series of games were made after it.
We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here.
You mentioned the frigate, just kind of.
You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them.
Mothership Zeta, Fallout 3. Something else I want to know about the other colonists, Phineas.
I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you.
I mean,
my failures are my own to
bear. You killed me, dude.
Not yours.
Nah, I don't really care, so I forgive you.
Thank you. Perhaps in time I'll learn to forgive myself. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now. If you have any more questions, ask me. I'll answer as best I can.
Let's go.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. I was thinking about getting some ice cream.
I see. Well, you've certainly earned a treat for yourself. I'll just, get on with reviving the other colonists and saving Halcyon, then. Enjoy your, creamed ice, or whatever you call it.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment she landed in Emerald Vale, her actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. As for Reed Thompson, it was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater. Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the Lifetime Employment Program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter.
That's another thing I didn't
Nearly
get
everyone
defending.
had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Parvati didn't survive her adventure with you.
What?
Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for
Hang
herself.
the hell on. What do you mean Parvati didn't survive?
Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail, or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. It was widely suspected that Sophia Akande was the true power behind Chairman Rockwell. However, after the riots on Tartarus, she was never again seen in the colony. Various theories circulated as to her fate. Some believed she boarded an interstellar ship capable of journeying to a distant colony. Others believe she died trying to escape Tartarus. Some few suggest she fled to Monarch, where she continued to live among a small band of loyalists. There is another theory, which suggests that Sophia's encounter with you changed her, and she deliberately retreated from public view, but continued supporting the colony in secret. When Dr. Wells began reviving the Hope's colonists, he found himself with a sudden windfall of additional supplies and resources, courtesy of an anonymous donor. If Wells knew who his supplier was, he never told a soul. Chairman Rockwell served as the public face for the changes in Halcyon to come. Whenever you needed strings pulled or a voice to sell a policy change, Rockwell was only too happy to oblige. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus, and left Dr. Wells to save Halcyon on his own. You had more pressing matters to attend to. As you tasted your first scoop of Rizzo's partially emulsified, semi-frozen milk-like dessert, you realized something. All your troubles, all your adventures, all your struggles and choices, they had all led to this single moment. And it was all worth it. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Alright, and that's the end of the Outer Worlds, the Jen McBoob saga. Thank everybody for watching the series. It was pretty fun. I liked it. I'm clearly not the best in them. I'm a little salty that Parvati just happened to die for no reason. I don't know why, but yeah. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.